Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Becoming Great Entrepreneurs. This is our topic on our Thrive and Triumph Challenge. So, we are continuing this series where we discuss the secret to scaling your business to seven figures. I'm Dr. Rhonda Farrow, the CEO of Global Innovation Strategies, the success strategist, talking to you today about the core elements of what creates and maintains and sustains a great entrepreneur. Why does this matter? Because as you gain access to the idea to move your business forward, to start a business, to move it forward, to grow it, to scale it, there will be all types of challenges along that entrepreneurship journey. And these core elements of how we can be, how we can act, how we can align, helps us create an optimal context to drive deeper clarity, heightened alignment, and exponential performance going forward. So we're going to start out with aligning to your why. This is by far the most important element that we could share with you if you're looking to start your own business, even to start an initiative. So I'll back up for a moment and said, while this discussion is geared towards entrepreneurs, it will help you excel in business no matter where and what you are doing around the globe. And the first is aligning to your why. This is important because multiple studies around the globe have shown that when we have purpose alignment, we are, so to speak, in it to win it. Our head is in the game, our heart is in the game, we're hands-on, and we're moving forward at exponential rates because our whole body, our whole psyche, our whole narrative is about living our purpose. So I think if you talk to and read about and listen to any of the leaders that you probably find resonate most with you, if you looked back through their journey, the reason they are able to exponentially scale their business and their professional lives and bring their whole self there is because they are in complete alignment with their why, what they are trying to achieve across the world. There's many different ways that we can help you get there if that's not where you're at today. First is understanding you. And so sometimes that requires us as entrepreneurs, as business leaders, as practitioners, wanting to elevate, as SMEs, examining what that career roadmap looks like, to harness tools and methods that enable that. So first is an assessment of some way, shape, or form, oftentimes many. That could be strong skills and interests. That could be a DISC. That could be what we oftentimes point back to is your ikigai, right? Your true reason for being. There are many business canvases that are organization geared, but I bet if you look at the ikigai canvas based on that, you'll find the core elements that enable you to identify what makes you tick, why it makes you tick, and how you want to harness that for your product and or services or other thought leadership offerings out to the world. So knowing your why, understanding your why, strategizing to your why enables optimal and exponential performance, not only for you, because when you are out of alignment, your organization is out of alignment, your teams are out of alignment, the products and services and thought leadership that you want to bring to the globe is out of alignment, right? So we if we think about this as a lever that we can use to optimize across yourself, your team, your organization, all, and externally to the peoples of the world that you want to bring these products and services and thought leadership to, you'll understand that phenomenal impact that just moving into alignment and using that as a place to strategize and align to, you can find that you can 10x your performance in many ways through that process. The next is, once you're there, right, you will be changing every day. Your organization will be changing every day. The ecosystem that you offer your products and services and intellectual capital within is changing every day. And so it requires us as entrepreneurs, as leaders, and practitioners to innovate relentlessly. And what does this mean? This doesn't mean you have to go create huge frameworks and programs and get expensive technologies, et cetera, especially if you're just not there from an organizational readiness to even harness those pieces. What we'd like is, yes, create the innovation roadmap, understand from a people, process, and technology what you're going to need eventually. But the first thing we have to do is we have to decide that we're going to innovate relentlessly, and we're going to commit to doing that in some way, shape, or form every day. And then we operationalize to scale how ready our organization, our people, our processes, and our technologies, our partners, and our customers are ready for us to innovate through inclusion and in partnership with them. So when we first start, it's simply deciding and committing. Today, I'm going to challenge the status quo, and I'm going to do this in a positive and a constructive manner. And here's the tools that I know about that I can leverage. I'm going to listen. I'm going to question. I'm going to put in a couple different tools, such as a mind map, such as a business canvas, such as a different way of harnessing the creativity and ideas across the organizations. Oftentimes free, oftentimes highly scalable, and oftentimes culture shifting and changing for you, your teams, and your organization. And really, it begins with you. You decide, you commit, you take action, you show the way. So again, innovating relentlessly. And the next thing is inviting them, right? For you to get outside of your executive leadership, senior leadership, entrepreneur box, we have to open ourselves up to hearing things that are not in our box, right? And we have to open and welcome and make welcome ways and people who hold disparate perspective and ways of looking at things to come to the table and discuss those with us, or to submit ideas, or to hold a working group, or to have a mind map session, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What you're really driving here is you as a leader are committing to changing the status quo, opening up and being willing to bust through your own box so that you can then help the organization bust through its box. And the way we do that is through extracting, listening, and ultimately being able to integrate the disparate perspective, experiences, ideas, and capabilities across the wide swath of people involved in our organizations globally. The next is to listen to your gut. So oftentimes now we're in the time frame of heightened AI and ML and data, and literally our organizations are overflowing with data that we can capture. I'm not advocating for not harnessing and using all of the data to the best of your budget, to the best of your process maturity, your enterprise maturity, to harnessing the expertise of your CIO and your CTO and your CISO and your CDO, whatever that might look like for you and your organizational build out, or yourself if you're a solopreneur. But what I'm asking you is drive the data to help you create decisions as far and in as much of an advanced method that you can possibly create and harness of these wonderful technological and process tools we have to put to bear on decisioning challenges and problems. But, or I should say, and meld that with a listening to your gut, your inner guidance system, your whatever you want to call that, is just as reliable as the data that's feeding up into that decision making framework or model that we're using. And so what I'd like to invite you today is, how can we meld the best of technological and process advantages in data decisioning and still be able to harness that inner guidance system, your gut, to say, this feels right or that feels right. This feels wrong or that feels wrong. This feels best or that feels best. And that pairing, that rational, what we would say the rational, logical, data-driven decisioning that will definitely give you a myriad of fantastic decisions to act upon or implement and act upon for heightened success. And that inner guidance system and guts that intuitively you have from your vast experience and wisdom that you've gathered over your life oftentimes allows us to go faster, further, and most successfully, because we already know as soon as that data point and that decision is put on the table, your body, your mind is going to react physiologically to that. And through that knowing, we want you to turn that into a statement and an action. There is nothing wrong as you're learning to trust this inner wisdom and this inner guidance to having a two-track system. If we only make this decision using the data, we can track the success and accuracy of it over a time. We could do an MVP, we could do a pilot. But then what I'd really like you to do is create that two-tiered model: logic, your inner guidance system, meld that together, and then track that, what you have chosen to do. And you can put it in, two different plays and really measure the accuracy and success levels that you're having over time. And I think you'll see that the action that you take that melds the two heightens and optimizes your organizational outcomes and your personal and professional outcomes along the way. Last but not least is, in an entrepreneur, senior leadership, executive leadership, practitioner, whatever role that is for you, a solopreneur, etc., be the diamond, right? As we look at all of these elements to date, they're all about bringing the power of you to the table, to the ecosystem, to your preferred clients and customers, to your partners, to your team, to your other organizational units. And so being the diamond means living with integrity, being in integrity with your why, with your choice to innovate relentlessly, with your choices to listen and implement with your gut, to be transparent about all of those things, to really bring mind and body to everything, so that the customers, the partners, the clients, your subcontractors, your contractors, your workforce, whatever that looks like for you and your organization build out, understand that you are living from a place of genuine spirit and heart and for the good of the ecosystem. That's what means when we say be the diamond. It means challenging the status quo. It means standing up and being in integrity for what and how you see your organization being, operating, and becoming over time, and being able to articulate that with no facade so that others can get behind you on your bus, on your train, however you want to phrase that, to help raise you and your organization to the heights that you know you are capable of reaching. So again, this is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the CEO of Global Innovation Strategies. And today we've talked about becoming great entrepreneurs. I hope that our discussion about aligning to your why, innovating relentlessly, listening to your gut, and being the diamond has given you some fodder to think about how you can move further, faster, and be in complete alignment with your who, your why, and most of all, who you and your organization are becoming. I invite you to reach out to me at CEO@globalinnovationstratllc.com if you'd like more information on this topic or tools and techniques that may help you and your organization go further, faster. Today, we say thank you to all of our brave veterans and honor your service. And we wish you a great weekend. Until we meet again next week, we hope you've enjoyed this session of our Thrive and Triumph Challenge, helping you scale your business to 7 figures and beyond.